I'm not getting rained on today. Got my umbrella? I'm ready for the rain. Have you ever watched the Weather Channel to find out what the weather's going to be like? Well, we're going to start talking about that. Today, our learning target is I understand movement and interaction of air masses cause changing weather conditions. We're on notebook page 59. Our main term today is air mass. Say it with me. Air mass. It's a large body of air with similar properties. Second term today, wind. You better get this one. Boy, if I turned my umbrella upside down or sideways, it might get blown away by the wind and turn inside out or something cool. All right. So the wind is just a movement of air. Here's a new one. Front. Like not the front of Mrs. Tomlinson, but like front, which is a place where two air masses meet. Now, air masses, they are huge, like bigger than all that hot air in my head, right? They're huge. Like they're so big, they cover like half of the United States. Ginormous. Like a big bubble over like half the United States. That's about how big it would be. So air masses are large bodies of air, and they're either hot or cold, or they're humid, or they're dry. It just depends on where they form and where the wind takes them. But at the edge of each kind of bubble, air mass, at the edge of them, they bump into each other because air doesn't really have clear boundaries. At the edge of them is something we call a front, and it's a place where two air masses meet. There are lots of types of fronts. There are exactly 4. I guess that's not a lot. You could probably memorize all 4. But there's a cold front. See how it's like got these triangles going on? That means the cold front's moving that direction because it's on that side of the line. I call them cold pricklies, just because they're pointy, like goosebumps. You ever had goosebumps? Means you're cold, right? This is a warm front. It has like these round circles on one side, means it's moving that direction. So this is a warm front, and it usually is colored red. I just colored it black for whatever reason. I don't know. You should color it red. But it's moving that direction because these bumps are on that side of the line. So they're kind of like warm fuzzies, big hog, circular, right? They're much smoother and warmer, okay? And then this type of front is called a stationary front. It has a cold air mass going this way and a warm air mass going this way, and they're kind of pushing into each other. You can kind of see it's like a battle, but because one's going one way and one's going the other, it's called stationary, like it's going to be right in one place. Station, like one place, stationary. And then this last one is called an occluded front. And it's a warm front and a cold front, both going the same direction. And this is the kind of exciting front that we like in Michigan. Well, I don't know if we really like it, but that's what brings the exciting weather. You usually get strong winds and heavy precipitation, like extreme weather, when there is an occluded front coming. The next page of your notebook that I would like you to look at, and so today I would like you to finish this table. Okay, if you are struggling, make sure you use their learning target document. Okay, the next page that I would like you to look at is notebook page 60. Our learning term is, learning target. I understand high and low pressure air masses, and wind direction can be used to predict weather patterns. So it's super important. I know it wasn't raining outside today because it's actually too cold for rain. It's like 15 degrees outside, which is below 32, which is freezing. So if it's going to do anything, any precipitation is going to fall out of the sky, it's going to be frozen. So that means it would be like snow or sleet or hail or, I don't know, those little tiny snow pellets. Those are awesome. So we're going to look at how low and high pressure air masses and wind direction can be used to predict the weather pattern. So our key term here is air pressure. Say it with me. Air pressure. Air pressure is the weight of the air pressing down on us. Let me ask you this. How many of you can swim to the bottom of the pool, and you've been to the bottom of the pool and your ears felt funny? Raise your hand. Did your ears feel funny? If you had this happen to you, raise your hand. Right. So some of you have experience with all of that water on top of you and pressing in, and your ears feel the pressure of all of that water around you. Well, on land, we literally have air above us. I know you can't see it, so you just got to believe it. We have air above us pressing down on us, and that's air pressure. Now, the more air particles above us, the higher the pressure. The less air particles above us, or if the air is warm and it's rising, the lower the air pressure. And these types of air pressure are measured by a barometer, but they also can help us predict the weather. So what we have to do is we have to know which direction the wind is blowing. You can't just go outside and be like, there's a storm coming from that way. You would have to know the storm is moving from west to east. So if you're east and there's a storm and it's coming, you know where it's going because you know it's going with the direction of the wind. So wind blows from areas of high pressure to areas of low pressure. Wind direction helps determine weather direction and make forecasts. So that means we can kind of plan for what's coming. This big H doesn't mean it's cold just because it's blue. It's just a big H. It's a symbol for high pressure. High pressure means clear, dry weather. High means clear and dry. Say it with me. High means clear and dry. Okay? So you're going to explain what kinds of weather is associated with high pressure after you watch a couple of videos. This L that's red doesn't mean it's warm because it's red. It's kind of like a warning red, like warning, it's low pressure. This is the symbol for low pressure. And H's are always blue and L's are always red on weather maps. So what I want you to do is explain what kind of weather is associated with low pressure. I'll give you a hint. Here's how I remember it. Low pressure is lousy weather. Yeah, everybody loses in the lousy weather. Okay, today you are going to watch a couple videos. You'll have some reading. You can listen to me read it to you. If you don't want to read it, you're going to finish your notebook page 59 and 60. And then I really, really want you to watch the weather on TV or on your computer. Just look at some symbols on weather maps and just listen to what's going on with the weather around you. All right. I hope you have a sunny day soon.